Hey viewers, you're watching The Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. A senior team of Indian government officials is all set to visit the United States this week for another round of high-level trade negotiations as part of the ongoing efforts to finalize a proposed bilateral trade agreement between the two nations. According to an official familiar with the matter, discussions on the trade pact are progressing positively with both the sides narrowing differences on key issues such as market access, tariff structures and regulatory harmonization across sectors including technology, agriculture, defense manufacturing and digital services. The official confirmed the visit but did not disclose specific details about the delegation or agenda. This week's round of talks follows a visit last month by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal to the United States, where he led a senior delegation to New York aimed at boosting bilateral trade and investment ties. During that trip, Goyal held crucial meetings with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer and Sergio Gore, the U.S. Ambassador designate to India. Both the sides committed to sustain dialogue and emphasized the urgency of concluding a mutually beneficial trade agreement. In addition to the formal government-level talks, the Indian delegation also engaged with leading U.S. businesses and investors who expressed strong confidence in India's economic trajectory and signaled intentions to increase their trade and investment footprint in the country. Earlier, while speaking in Qatar, Goyal reiterated the Indian government's active engagement with the US across multiple levels and affirmed that while timelines are not driving the negotiations, progress continues steadily. He noted that the current US government shutdown could affect the scheduling of future discussions, but that contact and coordination remain uninterrupted. The leaders of both the countries had in February this year directed their respective teams to initiate and negotiate the BTA with an initial goal of concluding the first tranche of the agreement by fall 2025. So far, 5 formal rounds of negotiations have been completed. The pact is seen as a strategic step towards deepening trade ties with the ambition to more than double bilateral trade from the current USD 191 billion to USD 500 billion by 2030. The negotiations have gained added significance in the light of trade tensions arising from the US decision to impose a 25% reciprocal tariff and an additional 25% penalty on Indian goods in response to India's purchase of Russia's crude oil. As a result, Indian goods currently face a total of 50% additional import duty when entering the American market. Despite all such hurdles, the US remains India's target trading partner for the 4th consecutive year, with bilateral trade reaching USD 131.84 billion in 2024-2025. Indian exports to the US stood at USD 86.5 billion, accounting for 18% of the India's total goods exports. The US also represents 6.22% of India's imports and 10.73% of its total merchandise trade, underscoring the critical role of its partnership. Simultaneously, India has also intensified its trade diplomacy with other global partners. Just this past week, India and the European Union concluded the 14th round of negotiations for a proposed free trade agreement in Brussels. The 5-day session, which began on October 6, focused on resolving remaining issues, particularly around trade in goods and services. Commerce Secretary Rajesh Agarwal joined the Indian delegation in the final days of talks to provide additional momentum. As India continues to position itself as a global trade hub, the outcomes of these negotiations, particularly with the US, will have far-reaching implications for its economic strategy, trade diversification and global supply chain integration. That's all for now. Stay tuned to The Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.